What's going on, everybody? It's your man Mike in the building. We're here for the Ohio State versus Penn State game 2025. The game just started and we live. We live. Hey guys, happy Saturday. Shouts out to everybody in college football world. We back again. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It's now November the 1st. November the 1st. So basically, this game is in Columbus, noon game. I would have put this game as a late night game personally, but Ohio State's got a contract with Fox, so that's one of the reasons why the game is on noon. Fox, they like to put their games on at noon, so but it's a beautiful day in Columbus at the shoe, and even though Penn State's not in a good situation this year after the coach being fired, it's still a big game. So it's still a point has to be made when you talk about Ohio State versus Penn State. So I think it's going to be a decent game until the third quarter. After the third quarter, it's going to be Ohio State just killing, you know what I mean? But yeah, guys, I'm glad I was able to make this live stream today to talk about the game, to put you guys up on game. Penn State has a good team still. I feel personally James Franklin should have never been fired. I feel like today this would have been Penn State's fifth loss, but I feel like Penn State would have still made a bowl game. So that was what the goal was. The goal for this season for Penn State was to never win a national championship because it wasn't going to happen. Penn State was never going to win a national championship this year. It wasn't even possible. But the goal was for Penn State to keep on increasing, to keep on improving. And I feel like this team that Penn State has is an elite team, but the Big Ten is competitive, and it's not easy when you're in the Big Ten. The Big Ten and the SEC, these are two of the most grueling competitive conferences in this country. So I believe that Penn State's still in business. They just have to basically just, after this Ohio State loss, they just have to win out, and they'll get a bowl game. So, but yeah, it's your man Mike from Time for a Change, and we be trying to give you guys the best content on the internet. So let me see how things look. See how things look. Okay, so it looks like the metrics are set up. The title's good. All right. So yeah, guys, we're still in the beginning stages of the channel when it comes to live streaming. We're still trying to figure things out, and we're doing a really good job. So as always, I gotta see what the team's doing. I just uploaded a video before the game started on my phone, so as soon as my phone uploads this video, I'll basically upload it to YouTube, and it's going to be talking about James Franklin. So hopefully, this game is 3 hours. So hopefully, before the game is over, this video will finish uploading. And if not, I'm going to have to just take the time to delete everything off my phone, because there's no reason a video should take that long to upload. So, but yeah, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good out there. I've been just grinding, trying to get businesses started, trying to get this YouTube channel going. It's been a great year in college football. Some of the surprises, I would say, FSU beating Alabama. That was a big surprise. Oregon losing one game and not being able to defend their title in the Big Ten. So it's been a lot of great highlights, a lot of players that have emerged on the national scene. So we're going to do our best this month in November to give you guys a lot of coverage and to put things into perspective. So hopefully this video will upload fast. Yeah. Yeah, it should. I don't think it'll take 3 hours for this video about James Franklin to upload. All right. So let me see. Let me see what everybody's doing today. Let me see. Okay, so Ohio State just scored a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith, it's just that simple. As long as we have Jeremiah Smith, the coast is clear. I mean, can you believe how he went through two people into into the touchdown, and they didn't even take him down? You know what I mean? That's crazy. Most players would have got tackled, but Going into the season, he put on I think 20 pounds of muscle. So it's just incredible. But yeah, guys, hopefully this live stream doesn't get messed up. I didn't restart my computer before the live stream, so hopefully it doesn't freeze up because that could mess up your whole live stream. So hopefully that don't happen to us this morning. Yeah, Halloween was last night. It was a wild night. Uh, I got home at midnight, so I had a good time yesterday. That's why I'm really glad I'm here with you guys because it was hard waking up this morning. I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I mean? But man, this internet's taking a while to get to my Facebook page. So yeah, here at Time for a Change, we're a group, we're a unit. So I try to move as a unit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work. But so far so good, man. We've really put up 100 videos on the channel, and we've gotten a really good response from the YouTube community. So hopefully for the month of November, we'll be able to keep going hard. And that's what the bottom line is. Okay, so it looks like everything's ready. But yeah, 13 minutes in the live stream. Basically, I'm doing a video. Jeremiah Smith is easily the Heisman front runner. Jeremiah Smith, he, he should be the Heisman without a question. He makes the quarterback look good. Now, I'll tell you what, as a freshman quarterback, our quarterback for Ohio State, he's doing a really good job with getting the ball out. And I believe he's better than the quarterback that we had last year that went to the NFL, to be honest. This quarterback here, I don't see him turning the ball over like the quarterback of last year. So um, he is definitely a very excellent quarterback. And our quarterback for this season, he basically going into next season, I believe he should be in the top tier of quarterbacks. He doesn't really get a lot of respect, the quarterback that we have. He doesn't really get talked about like how he should, but definitely um, he's a great talent. So maybe he should be in the Heisman conversation next season. But this year, I just believe Jeremiah Smith is should win the Heisman. It should be an easy decision for Jeremiah Smith to win the Heisman. That's just how I personally feel. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I'm trying to I'm trying to reach out to my co-host, but It's I don't know what's going on with this internet. I should have restarted the computer before doing this live stream, but I try to hurry up and make it for the national championship game when it kept on freezing up. So hopefully it don't do that. Hopefully it don't. It may be just me today holding it down. 'Cause I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, looks like he's typing. But yeah, guys, I'll be trying to do my best to keep up on YouTube. And, it's not easy. Um, with YouTube, you have to make it a religion. Yeah, you gotta make it a religion because there's so much stuff in life that goes on where YouTube might pass you by, but you just have to be consistent on YouTube. So anybody who wants to start a YouTube channel, the most I would say is you gotta basically make YouTube a lifestyle. You gotta always be thinking about it. Try to check your metrics every day when you wake up. Before you go to bed, check your metrics and just get into the YouTube regimen because it's tough being consistent on YouTube when you have family, friends, work, small businesses, or business. It's tough, you know what I mean? But you definitely have to push it. So yeah, that was my co-host, one of the Time for Change members. So he's watching the game right now. So he said he's gonna try to get in the chat. I'm gonna reach out to another co-host to see. He works third shift, so he gets off of work at 9 o'clock. So he's always tired. Uh, so basically, to kind of talk about November the 1st, we haven't heard any of November. Thanksgiving is in a couple weeks. We don't know what's going on. So I just hope that both sides can come to an agreement because this might be a holiday season that we want to never remember. This might be a bad holiday season if it continues to go like this. Um, I don't know, but next year is the 250-year anniversary of America, and what a way going into that milestone. I mean, the history books are not going to reflect 25 going into 2026. So, but hey, I don't make the rules around here. So what else is going on in sports, college football? There's been a lot of coaches fired. There's been a lot of coaches fired, and I'm just waiting for this video about Penn State's coach James Franklin. The video, as soon as this live stream ends, I can go ahead and put that video about James Franklin, and I don't think he should have been fired. I don't think James Franklin should have been fired. I think next year he should have been on the hot seat. Um, oh, Aaron, you there? I wasn't even looking, man. I see you been in the comments, man. Hey, Aaron, you there? I didn't even. I was texting you on Facebook. I didn't even know that you was in the comments, but yeah, man, I was just talking about James Franklin, man. I feel like James Franklin should have never been fired. I feel like James Franklin was a good coach. Um, I just feel like when the season started, I feel like they had Penn State ranked too high. I feel like that was a problem. I feel like Penn State was coming to the season. No, no, no. Right. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But Aaron, he should not have been fired. The reason why he should not have been fired was because you got to look at the last 10 years of Penn State. You got to understand that nobody was dealing with Penn State when the scandal happened. I mean, my thing is like, think back to the scandal that happened with the previous coach. Penn State was at the lowest of low. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to coach at Penn State. No one wanted to come to Penn State. And over a decade, Franklin, he brought the program back. I mean, the problem with college football, Aaron, in my opinion, is like when you're going against Ohio State, Michigan, now Oregon, it's hard to get those offensive players, man. I mean, Penn State had Saquon Barkley, but you're going against Ohio State. Ohio State's all over the place, man, when it comes to recruiting. So I just felt that with this NIL deal, it's just a matter of being able to get the best players to do the job. So Penn State has a great defense, but you got to put up points, and that was their problem. That's always been Penn State's problem, is that they don't have the firepower. And when they lost to Oregon, I mean, come on, man, Oregon's got so much firepower. I mean, come on, you know. So even if Penn State loses 5 games this season, they're actually on the verge of doing great things. So it's just one of those things, man. You know. But yeah, also, Aaron, man, you never, if you're an athletic director or you're a head coach, man, I don't think you should fire your coach in the middle of the season. I think that's stupid to fire you're coaching halfway in the season. That's not smart. Not smart at all. Yeah, but you know what though? It is. But you know what, Aaron? Oregon's not even gonna defend their title against Ohio State. It's Indiana. That's how competitive it is in the Big Ten. Oregon's not even gonna be able to play Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. So people can look at that and say, man, like Oregon failed, you know what I mean? So, you know, but that's how competitive the Big Ten is, man. One loss and Oregon's, you know, I mean, Oregon still has a chance to win the national championship, but as far as defending the Big Ten championship, Indiana, Indiana came out of nowhere. Yeah, pretty much, man. Who would have ever thought Indiana will be competing against Ohio State? And some people say, Aaron, some people say Indiana's going to beat Ohio State. I've seen it, man. I've seen quite a few people saying that Indiana's going to beat Ohio State. I don't think that will ever happen. I don't think that'll happen. Yeah, yeah. I try to when I see stuff on these different groups I'm in, man. I try to send them to you. Like sometimes I feel like I'm sending you too much stuff, whatever, on the messenger. But yeah, I've been seeing people was saying that Indiana's gonna win the national championship, man. So yeah, I mean it's wild out here, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, Aaron, I think Jeremiah Smith deserves the Heisman. I think Jeremiah Smith definitely is the most dangerous man in college football. And after this video loads up about James Franklin, it's taking a long time, man. Hopefully, by the time this game is over, the 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 video should be loaded. If not, I gotta delete a lot of things off this phone, man, because it shouldn't take that long. But but yeah, I mean, he should be a contender, the Indiana quarterback. But nah, man. If it wasn't for number 4 for Ohio State, we'll be in trouble, man. I'm telling you, we got good players all over the field. We got overall an excellent team, but it's all around Jeremiah Smith, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy is such a threat that he's the head of the snake, man. So praise God we have Jeremiah Smith, man, and because if we didn't have Jeremiah Smith, man, we'll be in trouble. I'm telling you right now, especially when we play the SEC teams, which looks like you know Texas A&M. Those are more physical, faster teams. So praise God for Jeremiah Smith, man. You know, you got it's like you're at church. You got to dance around. You know what I mean? But as long as we got Jeremiah Smith, as long as he don't get hurt, we're definitely gonna put that title up this season, and that's the facts. But yeah, I try to reach out to Jay, Aaron, but Jay a lot of times is sleeping. There you go. There you go. That would be a good T-shirt to have. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? Honestly, man, I'm gonna try to get my Jeremiah Smith. He's got actually a lot of merch on on the Ohio State website, on FanDuel, a lot of these different platforms. He's got his number 4 and everything like that. So I'm definitely gonna try to support his merch or whatever, So, but yeah, Ohio State, man, it took a long time to get a team like this, man. This team is really built to beat the SEC. I mean, this team is built just like an SEC team. So I don't see how Indiana is going to be able to beat Ohio State. I don't see how people could even say that out of their mouth. But of course, man, this is Aaron. This team that Ohio State has, this team is, I think, in the last 25 years, this team is better than the team that won the championship in 2014 or 15. I believe that this team is better than the team that had Troy Smith, Ted Ginn, and Centennial Holmes. I feel that this team is ah the 2002 team. That team was really good, but I think that this team might be slightly better. Uh, yeah, that 2002 team, man. I'm telling you, that 2002 team was something else, man. Like that team was cutthroat, man. Like that team. Rest in peace to Will Smith. He got killed in New Orleans. But yeah, Will Smith was he was I think he was a offensive tackle. I don't know if he was offensive or I think he was an offensive tackle. Will Smith. But yeah, he went on to play for the New Orleans Saints, and he got killed. He had a dispute with somebody, I think, in traffic, and they shot him. So they killed him right in front of his wife. It was terrible, man. It was sad. It was sad. But Will Smith was a stand-up guy who played at Ohio State, and God bless his soul, man. There's Maurice Claret. Just speaking about the 2002 team, man. Maurice Claret was just, I mean, bro. Yeah, Maurice Claret, man. He was honestly, if I had to compare Maurice Claret to Jeremiah Smith, I would think, man, I would say a tie or Claret was maybe a little bit better. It's tough, man. They're both generational talents, but I don't know, man. What I saw out of Maurice Claret, what I saw from Maurice Claret, man, in 2002, it was just, it was electrifying, man. It was hard. He had heart. He had determination, grit. He was a warrior, man. It's just sad of how the whole thing played out, but yeah, Maurice Claret and Jeremiah Smith was definitely um, two of the most electrifying players that I've ever seen play for Ohio State. That's just facts, you know. So, but yeah, the score I'm predicting. Aaron, you got a prediction for the score? I know you're really tough on Ohio State, but you got a prediction? I predict. Ah, I'm predicting. I'm predicting. I'm not gonna say a blowout. 38-3. I think you're right about the 38. So you're saying, so when you say three, you're saying that Penn State's just gonna kick a field goal. They're not gonna get in the they're not gonna get in the end zone. That's what you're saying. They're not gonna be able to put up 7. They're just gonna have to kick a field goal. I disagree. I think they're gonna get a field goal. I think they're gonna get a field goal. Penn State has some playmakers on the team. If Penn State don't score a touchdown, I'll be surprised. Even though like they don't have their head coach, Penn State always plays Ohio State hard. Penn State always plays Ohio State hard. Oh yeah, but no, I think that's what the goal is for Ohio State. I think Ohio State wants to shut out Penn State. I definitely believe that, but and that would further give me more credibility with this video I'm about to upload about how Penn State was never going to win a national championship this season. Because if you shut out this Penn State team, that means that why would you fire the coach? Like it's a rush to judgment because Penn State wasn't going to win the national championship. I don't care if they were ranked number two at the beginning of the season. It was no way they were going to beat Ohio State. It was no way that they were going to beat Oregon. However, Penn State and Michigan are on the same level. That's a more fair fight. Penn State versus Michigan or even Indiana. I feel like Penn State could give Indiana a good challenge. So, but to kind of like fire the coach, I mean, that's not doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But Aaron, I appreciate you coming out and in the chat. I really appreciate that. What did you do for Halloween, man? He was a scapegoat, the coach. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, the problem with Penn State, they just don't have any firepower on offense, man. They got a few guys that can make plays, but when you're talking about, oh yeah, you pass on Kenny. I'm surprised you didn't go to Cincinnati. Oh yeah, this is Jay Salas. Yeah, what's up, Jay? Hello. Yeah, Jay, you there? Probably a bad signal. Yeah, man, it was active last night, man. A lot, a lot of people was out last night, man. It was a lot of people trick or treating. I mean, it was a lot of people. See if I can get a hold of Jay.
I can't hear you on my end, bro.
Hey Jay, can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay, you up?
I just woke up. And, bro, I can barely walk again. Ooh, I got the crutches close. The house is engaged. Give me a sec here.
I know you're not watching the football game. I know that much.
Nah, not the football.
Okay.
So this guy goes to her last Beyonce. But I had to see the guy. Especially since she's okay.
Well, yeah, Aaron and I talking about the game on Oh, he said, "What's good, Jay?" Like, Aaron's in the chat, where I did a video before the live stream started about the Penn State coach, and I'm just waiting for the video to upload off my phone or whatever, and then I'm gonna upload the video. Hopefully, before the game is over, the video should be, my opinion about the Penn State coach and the situation. But yeah,
Well,
we're
they had LSU at a 95% win percentage.
yeah. Aaron called for a shutout. Aaron said the score is gonna be 38-3, which I kind of
I mean,
disagree.
if it's this early in there, they got 10 points, it's going to be more than 30. So it's really going to get 48.
So you think? So you're saying it's gonna be in the 40s?
Yeah, it's going to be in the 40s.
So how much you think Penn State will score?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, let's say 21 points at the
21.
most. At the most.
Uh,
Unless, of course, OSU's defense completely shuts them down.
right. Yeah,
And they're going to score nothing. So,
I think Penn State's gonna probably you know maybe a touchdown and a field goal. They'll probably get, I think, barely 20 points. I don't think they'll get more than um definitely not more than 14. If they got two touchdowns, I'll be surprised. But that'll be it. I think 14 points. But basically, I would say 10 to 20 points. That'll be somewhere because they got a couple guys that's like really really NFL talents, but they don't have that plethora. They don't just have a lot of them, but I think they're good enough to at least get in the end zone. But yeah, Jay. Hey, look, if you wanna come on the chat if you want to, saying we could kind of talk a little bit about it.
once they're good, I got a number of things I got to take care of this morning. Or afternoon, rather. I got to take a shower for one. For two, I got to clean out these dishes and the bread. It's off my bed. I got to reach out to my bed. Um, about this app, since I got to take on that whole responsibility of making sure that, I got to be another personal assistant of his since his insurance is running out. Um,
Man, Ohio State's fired up, man. Their defense is fired up. Man, that was crazy. Yeah, it's no problem, man. I'm just it's 10 more minutes until half, whatever. So I know Ohio State's gonna win this game. I'm not even concerned about the outcome. I just wanted to kind of talk about the firing of the coach. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty much what today will be about. No, I'm just doing the. All right, man. But yeah, Singletary would be a good pickup in the draft. Yeah, man, this Ohio State team, man, the whole team could go to the NFL as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, Aaron, they're Penn State's what the 20. I told you, man. I told you they got in striking distance, man. They got in strike. Aaron, that's. It's gonna be interesting to see if they could keep Penn State out because, like I said, man, Penn State's got some guys, man, that could can do damage. It's just that I think like I said, man, they don't have enough guys that they can rotate around. You know, they got like they got a runner, they got a receiver guy, but um they could move the ball down the field. Like I said, Penn State's not a slouch. This is the best. This is the best team that Penn State's had probably. I don't know in a decade. I don't think they've had a better team than this. This is a really good team, but they don't have enough rotation of guys that they can rotate. But so you think that Penn State should kick a field goal right now, or do you think they should go for the score? Do you think that do you think they should kick it, or do you think they should try to go for the score, or do you think they should try to go for the score and then get in better range to kick the field goal? Like, is that what you think they should do, or do you think? I think they're gonna get in, man. I just feel that Penn State's gonna get in. I feel like Penn State's gonna score a touchdown. I could be wrong about that, but I do feel that whether they get 7 or 3, I feel like they're gonna walk away with something. I definitely feel that they're gonna walk away with something, and that's all that they really need. They just need to get something. If they got shut out of the end zone, nah, Aaron, man, come on, man. Like, nah, Penn State's a talented team, man. Trust me. It's just that in today's college football, you need to have more of a rotation. But nah, they got enough talent to to score a field goal or so. They just don't have. They're kind of obvious, basically. Like Penn State's kind of obvious of who they're gonna go to, so it makes it easier to kind of stop them. But I do think Penn State's gonna walk away with something. So, but like I said, James Franklin should have never been fired. James Franklin should have never been fired. He should be coaching. This is gonna be Penn State was a loss. Oregon was a loss. It is what it is. In the Big Ten, 2 losses, your season's over. So whether he has 2 losses or 5 losses, it wasn't going to make a difference for Penn State. Oregon only has 1 loss, and Oregon they can't even defend their title in the Big Ten. So that's just how hard it is when you're talking about Big Ten football, man. 1 loss could make or break your whole season. So that's the type of situation. Look at Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like Michigan was the champion, a couple years ago, and look at the position that they're in. You know what I mean? Michigan is holding on for life too. You know what I mean? Michigan's not coasted. Michigan's in trouble. So, but yeah, man. Penn State's at the 10-yard line. Okay. Okay. Uh, I would do a trick play. I would go for a trick play. See, Aaron, I tell you, man, they were gonna get into they were gonna get in the end zone. I told you, man. Like, so that's seven. So I'm surprised he got in so easily. I thought they would at least. I thought they would have tackled him or whatever, but so that's seven. So I think seven should be what they scored in the first half. Um, I think it was 6 minutes on the clock. I could see Ohio State going down the field and getting a touchdown. So I'm predicting um, 17-7 going into halftime. 17-7 or 17-10, Aaron. I'm predicting 17-10. Aaron, what are you Aaron, you know Penn State was ranked number 2 in the preseason. Aaron, come on, man. This is Penn State, man. Penn State's not a bad team. It's just that it's the Big Ten. It's it's tough, man. But the year of the Nittany line and what the year of the Nittany line was definitely going to be next year or the following year. So I feel like if I was the athletic director at Penn State, if I was the power that be, if I had the choice, I would have gave him 2 more seasons. Well, I mean, they have Nico, Aaron. They Do you know who the quarterback of UCLA is? Um, he came from Tennessee. You know how good Nico is. The only reason why Nico's at UCLA is because he wanted more money at Tennessee. So Tennessee said, "Get the step in," or he left willingly because he wanted more money. But Nico is definitely, if you ask me, Nico is 6'5", the quarterback for UCLA. I think he's better than Terrell Pryor. If you ask me, Nico is a better talent than Terrell Pryor. He probably don't have the heart that Terrell Pryor had, but as far as mechanics and like throwing the ball, I think he's better than Terrell Pryor. So um, that UCLA loss, I mean, I'm not worrying about that, man. I'm looking at see the thing about life and sports and college football. You have to look at the big picture. You have to look at the big picture. A lot of times people look at they marched up the field with ease. Like I said, man, I'm predicting Penn State will get no more than 20 points. That's what I call, man. I call um, they'll get 14, uh, maybe 21, maybe 21, but that's it. That's it. All right, yeah, Aaron, no problem, man. But yeah, man, this Penn State team, they don't reflect their record at all. Don't be fooled by that 3-4, man. This team is a good team. Uh, it's just that you know, next year was going to be the year that they would actually ascend to recruit more people and get more talent coming in. So, hey, don't let that 3-4 fool you, man. That's not. This team is way better than 3-4. This team is way better than 3-4. This team is way better than 3-4. So, I mean, my thing is that I just don't think that the coach should have been fired. I think that James Franklin was a great coach, and I feel like I hope Penn State don't play themselves. I hope that Penn State next season, I hope they don't go backwards. All right, guys, we're approaching the 1 hour mark. So, hey, man, it's a great day in Columbus. So, it's not snowing. Uh, Everything's set, man. So, yeah, I definitely believe that Penn State's gonna make a bowl game as long as they get 500. Um, they'll make a bowl game, and then all they gotta do is just in the off season look at the whole situation, and then they just gotta figure out what they gotta do. And I just believe that if you look at the history of Penn State, the last decade, they just gotta get more offensive talent. And once they get the offensive talent, that's when Penn State's gonna be a force to reckon with. So, but but yeah, man, I'm predicting this score will be about Penn State will get about 15, 20 points. Ohio State probably will get about 30 to 40, I believe, maybe 29. So, but yeah, that's my prediction for this game. I haven't been really watching a lot of baseball, man. The World Series is going on. I gotta start watching that, man. It's just so much going on from the government to college football. It's just a lot going on. You know, it's the holiday season. We all trying to spend time with our family and everything like that. So it's a lot going on, guys. It's a lot going on. Gotta get my water. Gotta stay hydrated. I be spitting predictions. Oh man, last Saturday was the versus, man, with the Cash Money versus No Limit. Oh man, I knew No Limit was gonna win. That was actually a really good versus. It should have been longer though. Like I feel like I feel like that was a good versus. I just wish it was longer. But yeah, that was one of the best verses they had. I think it was the best one because when you look at it, Uncle Luke kicked down the door for the South out of Florida. Scarface, the Ghetto Boys, they made noise in Texas. 3 6 Mafia made noise in Memphis, but No Limit really put the South like up. You know what I'm saying? Like Master P really made people take the South seriously, and then Cash Money came in and they just kicked down the door. Um, Cash Money kicked down the door, and then Atlanta just took the South to the moon or whatever. So that's pretty much how Southern hip hop went. They definitely Cash Money, New Orleans. They definitely, if you ask me, Memphis did stuff too. Memphis definitely had a hand in it, but I think New Orleans, New Orleans, Florida set it off with Uncle Luke and the Two Live Crew. They really got people into the Southern scene. But yeah, New Orleans, they definitely took it to a whole new level. And it's just sad that they couldn't work together after 2003, 2004. I wanted to see collaborations with Cash Money and No Limit, but I think if they would have did that, if they would have did that, Atlanta may not have been as popping as they were if New Orleans had teamed up and showed the unity. But getting back to football, that was a crazy catch. That's probably going to be play of the day right there. That's probably going to be play of the day. That was nasty work. That was nasty work. I'm gonna say this about Tate, and that was good from the quarterback. The quarterback really, but I'm gonna say this about Tate. Okay, Tate has a really good attitude. I like Tate's attitude. Tate has Tate has a good attitude, and I feel like I don't know how old he is, but he definitely is very mature. Um, I definitely think that Tate is going to do good in the NFL. I don't know if he'll be a first option. I don't know if he'll be a number one option at the NFL level, but I do feel that definitely he'll be productive. I definitely feel that it all depends on which team he goes to, but he definitely has a great attitude. He's definitely humble, and I definitely think that he'll be drafted in the first round. Definitely, I feel like Tate is going to go first round. I even believe that he should be drafted top 10. That's my opinion. Do I feel like he's the best? Nah, but I feel like he's very productive. So I do think that he will go high in the NFL draft. I don't know. I think he's a senior. I'm not sure if he's a senior or a junior. Yeah, you're talking about Tate. He's underrated. No, I don't think he's. I think he's been there for. This is his fourth year. I think. I think he's from Chicago. Like I think he had a good he had a breakout season, I think last season, and he had a few family issues, I think. But nah, I think Tate is definitely. I don't think he's the best in college football, but I do feel like with his attitude and he wants to get better, he wants to keep pushing himself. I definitely need a player like that on my team. I definitely need a player like Tate who's gonna buy into the system, who's gonna be coachable, who is a winner. So I want a person like Tate as my number two receiver or an equal. I just don't see him as a number one option. That's just my honest opinion. I like the guy, but I just don't think at the NFL level, like that touchdown that we just saw, it was great. I just don't think if if what's that guy's name from he played for Colorado. What's his name? Uh, he plays for Jacksonville. But if you have the top level corners, Mark and Tate, I don't think that touchdown would happen. I don't think so. Um, but it was a great catch, though. I just don't think when it comes to the elite corners, I don't know if Tate style is worthy of a number one option. That's just my opinion. So, hey, I'm just being honest. I like Tate. I like him a lot. I would draft him uh, 10 through 15, somewhere like that, because you need a guy like that on your team. And I would feel confident in throwing him the ball consistently, but I just don't know if he's a first option at the NFL level. I feel like Jeremiah Smith, to be honest with you, is more of a first option at the NFL level just because of his style. Even if, last season, some of the people I talked to, they were talking about Ryan Williams, and Ryan Williams is a great talent from Alabama, but Ryan Williams is he's flimsy, he's he's frail. So I feel like Ryan Williams from Alabama, he's a great talent, but at the NFL level, I don't think he's strong enough. That's something that as he gets older, I believe he'll grow into his body. He'll become more physical. But to compare Ryan Williams to Jeremiah Smith, no way. I feel like Jeremiah Smith is like a Terrell Owens. That's my opinion. When I look at Jeremiah Smith, I see Terrell Owens. That's who I see. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be as good as Terrell Owens. I'm not saying that, but that's what I look at when I see Smith. I see a strong receiver that runs good routes, that has really good speed. I think Ryan Williams is more like a Randy Moss, which I don't even know if that's the case because Randy Moss was really fast. I mean, Randy Moss was it was like tag in speed, you know what I mean? But um, I like Jeremiah Smith as a number one draft pick over the whole draft class. That's my opinion, or at least 1 through 3, 1 through 5. That's the type of the talent because he's so strong and and I think he's 6'3". So that's just my opinion on the Ohio State receiving core, and I'm gonna do a video about that actually. The best receiving core Ohio State's ever had, I believe, was Ted Ginn and Centennial Holmes. Uh, the last 25 years, I feel like that receiving core was man. Ted Ginn and Centennial Holmes. That might be better than Jeremiah Smith and Tate. I'm just being honest, man. Um, Ted Ginn was so fast that Nobody could catch the guy. And Centennial Holmes, he won a championship, and he was in a magazine where he caught the winning catch. But Centennial Holmes' problem was it was women. Women was his downfall, and that's why he got kicked out the NFL because you know because of women. Never let a woman be your downfall, guys. Always remember that. Don't let a woman be your downfall. Don't let it happen. Never let a woman take you out of character. Don't let it happen. That's just the facts. So, but yeah, guys, we got 2 more minutes to the half, and it's looking pretty good. Okay, so that's a nice suit he has. Like that blue suit, that's nice. It looks like Florida, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's a nice springtime blue. That's definitely a nice suit. Don't look like November in Columbus, but yeah, that's a really nice suit. See, look, Penn State. Yep, Penn State. Penn State. So, Aaron, you there? But yeah, man, this might be 3 points that Penn State gets if they kick it, or if they um, if they score, then they get their 14 going into halftime. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not really mad at that play. Things happen. Sometimes you're gonna have fumbles. Sometimes plays like that happen. That's no big deal. I wouldn't get mad at that. It's no big deal. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even trip about that play. It was a turnover happened. You know, it's no problem. You know, if you can avoid Penn State scoring a touchdown, I would prefer that option. But if Penn State scores, hey, good for Penn State. That's how I see it. What you guys think? You guys think I'm good enough to be a head coach? I'm more of a basketball guy, to be honest with you. My specialty is basketball, but at the collegiate level, I kind of have an understanding. Uh, I don't think I could coach at the NFL level. The NFL is just the NFL is just something different. I don't know if I can handle that. Um, but I feel like I could coach a college football team. I feel like I can coach it. I would just have to have really good assistants with me, but I do feel that I can coach college football. NBA, I can coach at the NBA level. basketball, I can coach at the NBA level. I feel like I just need that opportunity. But, but yeah, back to the game, guys. So we see that Penn State is in striking distance. Aaron, you there, man? Aaron, you have a heart attack. What's going on, man? You alive? Where you at, man? Okay. So 27 seconds left. Man, those guys are huge. Man, those guys are at least everybody's like everybody's like 6'4", 6'6". Man, those guys are some big guys, man. Man, those guys are big. Man. Okay, Penn State, they're gonna score, so they should be able to score that. So 14-17. That's closer than I thought it would be going into the half. I didn't think that would be that close, but this Penn State team is good, man. I feel like don't let the 3 and 4 fool you. This team is this team is on the verge. Definitely on the verge. All right, guys. I think Penn State earns this touchdown. I think that they deserve to score. Yep, they got it. Yep, they got it. They got it, Aaron. Let me text Aaron to see where he's at, what he's doing. Okay. Yes, I just had to text my co-host to score. Wow. So I think Ohio State could limit Penn State to 21. I predicted 21. I think next half Ohio State's gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be really mad. But I tell people all the time, man, this Penn State team is a very good team. All right, guys. So my recap, I would say Ohio State won the first half, but Penn State did their thing. Penn State did really well considering that they're on the road. They did really good. You know, I feel like Penn State, um, they're showing people that of how good of a team this is. I feel like the Oregon loss, when they lost to Oregon, they just came out and they were too sluggish. I think they were a little nervous because I think that was early in the season game. I feel like Penn State was a little bit nervous, but definitely Penn State is a good team, um, and I do feel that they're going to lose this game. This is going to be a loss, but they should win out the rest of the season. I don't think they should lose again after this Ohio State game. I think they should be able to. They should be able to run the table. All right, just checking my email right quick. It's crazy. November's here already. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey, you know what? That's crazy because that's what's going on out here. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Shouts out to Bone Thugs Harmony. So yeah, man. Do we got any Penn State people in the building? Do we got any SEC guys in the building? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? But yeah, guys, for the month of November, hopefully I can get my website ready and just spend some really good quality time with the family. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. I want to start going out more and just getting back into shape. So that's what I'm gonna be focusing on for the rest of the year. Just getting back on the basketball court. You know, just getting back on the basketball court. So that's pretty much what the goal is for the remaining of the year. But but yeah, it was a good first half. That was definitely a good first half. You could even argue that Penn State won the first half. If you take away one of those touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? If you take away that catch from Tate, if you take away that catch from Tate, you know what I'm saying? It could be a different situation. Penn State might have the lead. So, you know, I take Penn State very seriously. I don't I don't judge Penn State based on their record at all. So yeah. So yeah. Next week I gotta get my brakes fixed on my car and get my car shampooed, deodorized. So that's what I gotta do. Get the car deodorized, get it polished, so I could be riding clean. We're gonna go ahead and start this website. I'm gonna start getting back into shape. We'll be back at the gym. And that's pretty much the goals for the rest of 2025. So I gotta stay off the eggnog. I gotta stay away from the pizza and the ice cream, actually. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on. But yeah, guys, expect more videos this November. I got a 10-minute video coming up after this live. It's taking a little bit longer to hopefully, man, it don't look like it's moving, man. It don't look like it's moving. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised at the score. I'm really not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on, hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right. So yeah, basically, I'm looking at the highlights. Well, that was crazy. That was a wild catch. I don't know how he caught that ball. That Baylor catch was incredible. Wow. He was he had to be strong to catch that ball. Man. Army versus Air Force. Both teams are struggling. You know what? I gotta talk about that actually. Bowling Green has Eddie George as the coach. I'm gonna have to talk about that. So we got the James Franklin video coming up later today, and then we're gonna have to talk about Eddie George because I don't think a lot of people know that he's a coach of Bowling Green. I don't think a lot of people know that. So Eddie George was definitely. I've been to his restaurant many times. Like he had a really good restaurant on High Street. I believe it moved to the airport. I'm not sure, but I really like Eddie George, man. He's a solid guy, and I would like to meet Eddie George one day or have him on the YouTube channel. But he's doing a great job at Bowling Green, so we're gonna have to talk about that ASAP. Texas is doing pretty good. You know, Texas is doing pretty good. They only have 2 losses, so Texas is still in the hunt. So yeah, man, this season is competitive. Let me go on ESPN right quick and see how many teams are undefeated. Let's go to ESPN. But yeah, fam, we're still working on these live coverages with the game. We're still trying to find our groove. Still trying to figure out how we're gonna basically do this or whatever. So yeah, YouTube is a work in progress, man. It's definitely not easy. It's not easy at all, especially if you're in the sports division. Yes, sir. Okay. Indiana's undefeated. Indiana will get 1 loss after they play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. Facts. Texas A&M is undefeated. Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech is pretty much going to play Miami, I believe, for the ACC championship. Pretty much how that's going to go. Notre Dame 5-2. Tennessee 6-2. Virginia, Louisville 6-1. Cincinnati 7-1. Man, this is crazy. This is competitive. Man, you might have to. They may have to get more teams and go from 12 to about 15. That's my. You might have to go to 15 teams because it's competitive. There's only one more month left in college football, so it's all gonna balance out. But they may have to make it more than just 12, the top 12. They may have to go 15. Yeah. Memphis only has one loss, and they're number 25. I feel that I feel that it shouldn't matter what conference you're in. I feel like it should go based on undefeated teams, one loss, two loss. I don't care about strength of schedule. That doesn't matter to me. If you're an undefeated team, you should be ranked amongst the other undefeated teams. That's just how I feel. All right, guys, I'm gonna be right back. Gotta wash my hands. I'll be right back. The game started, so I'll be right back. All right. Shouts out to Tate, man. Tate's putting work in. Okay. Man, it's taking a long time to load up. Come on. All right, fam, I'm back. So Ohio State's on the goal line, and they're about to score. There we go. 23. Man, that was a hard run. That was a hard run. But yeah, guys, it's a pretty solid game. You know, a lot of people thought Penn State was not going to do anything, but you know, Penn State's a really good team, so that's why I'm here. I show up for the big games. Next season, we're gonna do a lot more of these live streams. I'm just trying to slowly introduce myself to you guys, and we're still trying to figure out this live streaming, how we're gonna do it, how many live streams we're gonna do a week. So we still have our training wheels on, but we're doing really well, and I want to thank everybody for giving us a chance. In life, all you can ask for is a chance. So, today's stream, a lot of people aren't really watching it because Penn State is not even ranked. But for me, this is a really big game because I feel like Penn State is definitely better than what the record reflects. So yeah, next live stream we'll probably cover the Michigan game next. We'll probably do that. That'll probably be the next live stream. Let me go ahead and check Ohio State's record right now to see. So yeah, we'll probably be back on the 29th for the Michigan game. Well, who knows? Maybe we may come back for the UCLA game. I'm not sure, but definitely we'll be back, and then we'll try to cover the Big Ten championship. So before the bowl games start, we'll probably give you guys uh, two or three more live streams, and then we're gonna go into the bowl game and the playoffs, and then next season we're gonna do every game. I just want to throw and show my alliance to Ohio State. So next season we may just do every game, that Ohio State has, or we may just do all the Big Ten games or the games that we feel are worth reviewing and talking about. But we got a lot of time to figure things out. Basically, we got a lot of time to figure things out. So we're just trying to be patient. And thank you guys for understanding. Thank you guys for understanding. Who was the last Big Ten team not named Michigan? What? They took it all so fast I couldn't even read the sentence. Man. They took it all so fast. That was a good run. McDonald. Oh, McDonald had a farm. He must have got teased a lot in school for that. Oh, McDonald had a farm. Oh, man. What in the world? Oh, my God. Text Aaron that, man. That's pretty funny, man. Oh, man. I got text Aaron, man. Ronald McDonald, but man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I love McDonald's fries, man. They're not good for you. They're not good for you, but I love their fries. I love their fries. I try to get a McDonald's fries at least at least 4 to 6 times a year. I just love, and when I go there, I just get two large fries and two McFlurries. I just love it. The last time I had McDonald's fries, I think it was this year. I think it was no, 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 no. I think the last time I had McDonald's fries was, well, you know what? It is November. It could have been a year ago. It could have been a year ago. I was over by the Guitar Hotel, so maybe that was in April. Can't really remember. It could have been in April. It was a long time ago. That was a good sack. That was a good sack. Jackson Jr. That was a good sack. That was a good sack. Okay, Penn State had to kick it. But definitely Ohio State's the best team in the country. Ohio State has been the best team all season. This is like an all-star team. So let me see what my other partner is doing, man. Let's see what he got going on. Let's see. Let me 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 see.
The subscriber you are trying to reach is not available.
Say he's at work. Man, I hope everybody's having a good holiday season. Hope everybody is in position to accomplish their goals for the year. I know I have accomplished a lot of goals this year. I've done so much. I'm so proud of myself. Not just this year, but the last few years, I've done a lot. And I can't wait to share with you guys. So, but right now, you can't tell everything. You just gotta keep moving in silence. Those that really know me, they know what I got going on, but social media, it's just gossip. So I try to keep quiet when I'm doing things and just build, build, build. And once it gets established, then people will know. Be right back. Okay, so Smith just dialed up. Smith just dialed up. So we're at the 2 hour mark, guys. We're having a pretty decent stream. So Penn State's got 14. '21. So yeah, I think Ohio State should be able to hold Penn State to maybe 28. Hopefully 21, like what I predicted. But yeah, guys, I try to keep these streams to like less than 4 hours. So we're gonna keep going. But if this game gets out of reach, we may kind of shut it down at the 3 hour mark. But wow, that was holding. I didn't even see all that holding. That was a lot of holding. Man, that was a lot of holding. That Penn State that Penn State corner was holding like a mug. Man, that was a lot of holding. I think he could have caught that if he wasn't holding so much. Where's Smith at? Okay, so we got Tate and Smith on the same side. All right, you gotta dial up Smith, man. You gotta dial up Smith. They Tate's got 124. Smith's got 112. Okay, who was that? Donaldson Jr. He doing a good job this season. He's actually doing a really good job this season, running the ball. I would go for a quarterback sneak actually. Okay, that was a beautiful catch. Okay, 31-14. All right, so Ohio State's got this game pretty much wrapped up. Penn State, they're a good. Wow, they're a good team, but Ohio State's got this victory. So I think Penn State did really good. They just have to. Um, hold on, guys. Hold on a second. So yeah, guys. That was one of my co-hosts. He's got a lot going on right now, but yeah, basically, um, look out for the James Franklin video coming out. Just waiting for it to download. We're gonna talk about James Franklin. The video is taking longer than I thought to download, but look out for that James Franklin video. I'm gonna be putting on my views about how he should not got fired. I feel like James Franklin, he did a lot for that program in the last decade since Paterno was disgraced as the former coach. So yeah, look out for that video, and then we may go and do a Zoom video today. I just gotta see if I gotta see who's available for the Zoom. Let me see. So let me see what Alabama's got going on today. Okay. It's a lot of games on today. Let's see. That South Carolina game versus Ole Miss, that's going to be a good game. What else? What else? Let me see. 3:30. Texas Tech versus K State. Let me see. Notre Dame should beat Boston College. Indiana versus Maryland. Indiana should win that game. Louisville versus Virginia Tech. Louisville's number 16 ranked. Virginia Tech is not ranked. So yeah, that's pretty much. I think Alabama has a bye today. Let me go see. Alabama played Georgia and they lost. I mean, they won. Let me see. Confirm this real quick. Yeah, so Alabama has a bye. They play LSU in the eighth. So let me go ahead and reach out to that person. Oh man.